Hi everyone. Well, welcome to Hooray, it's Thursday, and today I get to be in two places at once. I'm here with you and I'm also at work. So you've got a pre-recorded video. This week, the 1st of June, our mini JJ or January to July catalogue, January to June, sorry, catalogue is now on last chance clearance, so I thought I'd yes, so I think I'm going to have to do a lot more videos and show a lot more things, and I'll tell you about a stamps club that I'm going to start and how you get in on it. So let's turn this baby around and we'll get going. Okie dokie. So one of the beauties about being not live is that you don't have to get seasick as I turn you around. So I decided to pick out Flowing Flowers. It is a retiring set. It's a really pretty set. It's got some nice font in it. It's got just about, well, it's got quite a few things that you can use that cover just about everything. It would make a really pretty sympathy card, but you would probably need a more appropriate text or what do I call them? I can't even think about it. My words have gone out of my head. It would need a sentiment. That's the word I was looking for. Need a more appropriate sentiment. We're going to use Just a Note today, and I'm going to use a few different things just to see. I thought if you look in the catalogue, and now I've forgotten what page it was on, so I'll go to the index, because this is the catalogue, the January to June catalogue that's disappearing. I pulled out the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, but they're actually staying. They're in the annual, so we'll get a little bit more love out of those. Oh, where's my... So we'll find this on page 36, and I really like the card that they've showed you in there, in here. Oh, page 36, don't want to... Okay. I really like how they've done this card. They didn't have... They've actually coloured... That's ribbon. Looks like ribbon? Maybe it's cardstock. Anyway, I don't know. It's really pretty, and I thought I'd show you a couple of different things. I love this little gift box that they've done here. I didn't actually bring any fibre over to the table with me, but that's okay. The beauty of being on record, I can actually stop and start, but we won't. So what I did, I've grabbed some Mossy Meadow, some rich raspberry, and some white. I didn't even, oh, do I have an envelope? Please be an envelope. No, envelopes are over on the other table. I can grab that in a sec. It's just behind me. I should have my ears on, but I don't. So let's put them on, and we'll put that away, and you should be able to hear me clearer once I stick these on. Okay. And we're in progress. Does that sound better for you guys? I hope so, because I can tell you now, I can't tell. All right, so let's fold this in half. I've already stuck my stamps on my blocks. I've also got my Stamparatus here with me, because I actually have, and I have my Stampin' Blends. I actually have quite a few things happening. My table is extremely busy. I did bring a little strip of vellum. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but I did bring it over. Bought a couple. So we'll see how we go. I didn't bring my trimmer, but that's okay as well. Like I said, everything's on this table behind me. Okay, so the colours that I've chosen, and I've got these. Look, aren't these pretty? Can you see how they capture the light? That's really pretty. Okay, oh, and I've got some rich raspberry up here. So Mossy Meadow to go with my back, soft suede just in case. Pumpkin pie because we can. I was going to use polished pink, but I changed it to rich raspberry and old olive, because those two are nice green leaf colours, and those two will make an absolute stunning flower. Okay, I might use the polished pink on. See how this one here's got these little dots, but I'll see how I go. I might make them a little bit darker. So I did bring my scissors and my snips over. It's red rubber, so we don't have to worry about a faux mat. I'll put them to the side. But what I do need is my box of goodies here. I washed all my brushes, so they're all looking like they're grey, but that one can be my green one today. I just put them in the washing machine. I was doing a black load, and yeah, you can do rich raspberry. I was doing a black load, and I put them in a bra bag and sent them through the washing machine. And they come up really good. They still have a little bit of colour in them sometimes. Some of the darker ones did. But they just take ages and ages to dry. I'll just give you the heads up. Okay, so I was thinking that I could just stamp it, add a bit of colour, stamp it. So I've got the Stamparatus for that, but what I'm going to do first, I'm actually going to put some Mossy Meadow. I want to stamp on here, okay, because I actually want this to be my card base, and then these are going to sit on top, if it works out what I'm thinking. So I did, so I've got them on blocks to start with, and you are going to get a solid green flower. This is going to be my green one, so I am just going to brush over it a little bit, which will take some of that colour off. Now, because of the way I'm planning in my head to cut it, I want that flower in the middle, because I just want leaves sticking outside. So again, soften it up a bit. And that flower in the middle. Didn't soften it up as much that time, but you see what I'm saying. So this is tone on tone stamping, okay? If you haven't done it before, it's lots of fun. It gives you a really pretty look, makes a big mess in the middle, but I'm going to trim down my flowers because they're going to sit over the top of the big mess. Okay. So, I wonder if I've got enough on here yet to... Oh, that one's a bit pale, but that's all right. Okay, so I hope you're all well. We're all good here. See, now that looks like a big mess, but we're going to cover that big mess. Let's put some extra leaves. Just some leaf shadows. Maybe some dots. Just changes the texture of that background. Okay. So now I can clean this one and I can put on my Stamparatus, because I actually want it to colour the same. I want to colour in the same spot numerous times with the cleaning in between. Look at all that ink on there. And I do need to get the majority of it off, because I'm going to be using the blending brushes, and they get pushed down into the bits of the stamp. I probably should have actually brought over my Stampin' Scrub, because it cleans them so much better. All right, so Stamparatus. Okay, Stamparatus, that was from what I was playing with on the weekend. So I've just moved that to the side. Don't need the foam mat. It can just go straight in there. Okay. And it'll fit as well. How pretty are they? Okay. So we're going to add, oh, hop off there. I'll just pop my stamp set underneath here. It does make it easier to ink, but I am actually adding it with my blending brush, because I don't really want my petals green. Yeah, I don't want my petals green. I only want my leaves green. So I'm just adding a little bit of it. It's a slow way to do it, but it's an effective colouring technique, because you can use your daubers is the other thing you could use. All right. Okay. I think I've just got a little bit of green on that petal there. So I'll just clean that off, because petals are not green. And just so that some of those little dots end up a little bit darker. Okay. All right, all I did was really lightly touched it. All right, so bringing my rich raspberry one, might put a bit of pumpkin pie in the center. I got pretty camellias this colour at the front. Alright, so my rich raspberry, just put a little bit of colour on. And again, trying not to put on the leaves this time, because I don't want it on the leaves. So I've just put a little bit of colour, and it's a slow build-up process. Mainly want the colour around the outer edge and the lighter colour on the inside. But I don't want pink coloured leaves. And we're just slowly building it up. If you wanted to, you could dab your ink on, trying to avoid putting it on the leaves, and then just smooch it round. Is another way to do it. But the brushes are handy for that. That's looking rather pretty actually, if I do say so myself. These bits here are these bits here. So you just gotta work it, as they say, work it baby, work it. I think I've got something on my thing. All right. Okay, a little bit darker around the outer edge and approaching those leaves. You can mask them off, but as you can see, you don't really need to. How pretty is that flower? All right, hold on a sec. Excuse me. Something got up my nose. Just because we can. We'll just stick that on there, wipe some of the colour off the middle, and push that one down. Pretty. You get a completely different flower when you use your blending brushes. Takes off some of the ink. Look at that, how nice is that? Let's get these lines around the edge a bit darker. A nice press down. That one there needs to be a bit darker again. Press on that. That's a really pretty flower. Actually need two of those for what I'm planning. Okay, now I did bring in some pumpkin pie. I will clean my stamp. I am going to add a little bit of a blushy orange blush to the middle, but it's only going to be subtle is my plan. Okay, let's give these both a bit of a clean. Okay, hope everyone's well. There seems to be lots of flu around at the mini. Seems to be the latest trendy thing to happen. All right, I've just got a bit of, this is just pumpkin pie. Less is best because you can always add more. Oh, can't even see that. All right, let's try again. I can see it on there, but I don't know why. The rich raspberry must be dark enough that it's taking it up. Okay, that's not working the way I wanted it to, but let's see if it'll work on this one. Oh, a little bit, not much, that's fine. Well, give that bit a miss. You can sort of slightly see it, but that's okay. I'll take those two out. pop in another piece. Don't think I need, oh, excuse me. I do want some more leaves because you can't ever have enough leaves. So I'm going to do it this way. Let's see if we can, oh, got it all over the top of my brush. All right. Did I go far enough in? Yep, I did. And now the pumpkin pie is deciding to come out. Okay, and we'll have another rich raspberry flower with a pumpkin pie centre. And you see I didn't even re-ink the stamps in, and I still can get some sort of image. I think this is what's stopping me from pressing it down so much. Put some. I actually don't need this flower, I just want the leaves, but you never know. For what I'm thinking I want to do, I just need the leaves. Let's put some ink on this baby, hey? Have you heard of the rock and roll technique? It's where you just ink the outer edges. Not as easy to do on the Stamparatus as it is on a block, but you sort of can still do it, especially since we're blending the brushes in. Just push that ink in a little bit towards the center. Let's see what that effect gave us. Oh, that one's pretty. I like that one. Hey, watch me wreck it by putting more ink on here. So see how it's a bit dark around the edges? I've got my stamp pad tilted slightly up as I'm stamping around the edge. So it's not really going in all the different, like it's only going sort of really dark around the edge, and then it's concentrating, it's quite concentrated in the middle as pale. How good does that look? I like that too. Bummer, I got some ink on there. Cut. Okay, so might just clean this up and start cutting them out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get what I want out of that one. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try, just gonna try something. I'm gonna end up with multicolored fingers here. I really need my Stampin' Scrub. The Stampin' Scrub's completely different. For those that haven't seen it, it's completely different to the chamois. It's black, it's fluffy. They look like nice leaves. Okay, cool. So I've got two of them. I can put that away. I've got this little piece of cardstock and that piece of vellum. Now, my adjusted note is approximately a bit bigger than 1 centimetre. So I need my strip. Let's go with 1.5. That's one of the things I love about this trimmer. It is actually easy to be so accurate with it. Okay. And let's see if I can stamp straight. Could probably use that little bit too. Right. So I'm going to put my just a note on here. I'm actually going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. So I haven't used the old olive. I shouldn't have bothered using the pumpkin pie. You could get away with the rich raspberry and the evening evergreen for this. Just a note. Put it up the right way. I might flag it. Hold your tongue right so that you stamp straight. Sweet. How does that look? Okay. And I'm thinking, because it's going to be on there, I might just colour this vellum a little bit with the ink that's left on here. You just have to be careful because it tries to jump up and bend. And vellum will show you, when it bends, it shows you the line. Okay. And if you wanted to get really suave, oh, don't bend. Yeah, you can put a little bit of the rich raspberry down the bottom. Right. How pretty is that? Look, if you hold it against, oh, envelope. If you hold it against that, look how pretty that looks. Okay, we'll need that. So bring out my snips. That one's just going to be leaves. These are the main ones that I'm using. This does not have a set of dies with it, but if you cut a couple of millimeters away from the image, it will look like it was die cut. Okay, let's speed this bit up. Now, I know that nobody wants to watch me fussy cut real slow, but this real fast business is great. Move your piece of cardstock rather than moving your snips and you'll get a better image. I'm going to talk to you about Stamps Club now. We're about to go back to regular speed, so I'm introducing Stamps Club starting shortly. The first stamp set that you'll receive in Stamps Club will be Sending Smiles. It'll come straight from Stampin' Up to your door. And then at the end of the month you will receive a kit in the mail for 6 cards. They're exclusive to Stamps Club. No one else will be seeing them. No one else will be doing them. I'm going to be asking those people that actually belong to Stamps Club. There'll be a special Facebook page set up for you, that they don't share those cards outside of Stamps Club. And what we'll be doing is making those with a video at the end of the month. When I send out your kits, you'll all actually get a link to the video, and I'll also load those links up to the Facebook group as well. Okay, so that'll good value. If I remember correctly, this is about a $40 stamp set, so you're going to be getting that plus the shipping of it, plus the shipping of enough supplies for you to make the 6 cards as well. Okay, so it's a really pretty stamp set. There's lots you can do with it. There is a die set that can go with it if that's something that interests you. A lot of my team are going to be in Stamps Club, and they can get they'll be getting the dies through their own accounts, but the stamp will come straight from me. Okay, for those that are interested. Yeah, now I've done that bit. Okay, oh, I thought I just crunched up my flour. Oh my gosh, I just gave myself a heart attack, but I didn't. I just crunched up scraps of paper. So this is what I'm looking at. Having this set up here like so. So it looks similar to what's in the catalogue. Oh, my dear husband's just got home. He's been away at the mountains for the week. Alright, so I'm just setting all of this up. This is the second one that we did. Alright, I only wanted the leaves. I didn't want the actual flower for this one. All right. So hence why I just chopped off half a flower and tossed it to the side. Okay. All right. And sorry, I know fussy cutting takes ages. I could actually speed this up for you, but I won't. Because I know that you just love to hear me rambling. The bummer about doing it this way is I don't get to talk to anybody. I know I've got a couple of regulars that watch. When I say couple, there's Sharon, there's Laurie, there's Cheryl, there's Myrtle. There's quite a few people that watch all the time. So many that I can't remember everybody's name off the top of my head. I do like it when it tells me that there's someone on. Alright, let's just go in there and take off that bit. Can you see why I could get away with making that mess in the middle? How pretty does that look? And I'm going to put that so that can come down a bit. That's going to go over the top there. That's going to go over the top there. And then, so you don't need, as much as I like putting fibre on everything, you don't need fibre on everything, Court. Alright, so I need my trimmer. There's the trimmer. One trimmer. Okay. So the card front is 10.5. Let's make this 10. Just because we can, and we can pretty up that a bit. My just a note, I'll put, so we've got about that much on either side. So what's that going to make it about? That'll be 7.5. 7.5's too big, so about there. Is that about the same? Nope. Didn't do that very well. Let's have a little bit less on this side. Even her up a bit. Yep, that looks slick. Stand that back down there. Oops, it's upside down. You'll hear it go bang in a minute. Okay. So we don't want that doing the same thing twice. So I've got leaves here. And I've got leaves there. And well, I don't have many leaves down the bottom. I could just go like that. Yeah, how pretty does it look? I think I could have got a few more leaves out. Might stick them a bit lower. So what do you reckon? Yep. Where's that stamp artist? Okay, well, what I will be doing, I'm going to put that one onto my envelope. So I'll leave it there and I'll put it on my inside as well. But I need this one here back on its block. Evening Evergreen, where are you? Okay, over here. It's not Evening Evergreen. What am I talking about? It's Mossy Meadow. Don't mind me, just going a bit nuts. Okay, so I need some leaves lower. And I need some, oh, they're a bit dark. That's fine. Lower leaves. Well, because I got a nice dark one down there, I need a dark one up there. Okay. Again, don't mind the mess in the middle, because remember how we just covered it all up? Okay. So, that one's going to sit about there. A little bit of adhesive under the back of that. Make it a bit globby. Right, so I want to put that one underneath. That one's going to go that one's going to have to go like that. And then this one's going to go under here. And that one is going to go there. Oh. Like a great big cluster of flowers. Okay, so this guy's going to pop up. I might pop that guy up as well. So this one here is flat. I'm just going to bend it up and stick some adhesive under there. If you put this in like a globby line, it sort of sits all chunky. Okay. Yep. You're going to sit up here. Look at the mess I've made. What fun. Even when I end up even messy. What I'm just going to make sure I do is cover up that bit. Okay, and where's my other flower there? You probably needed to go a bit higher. Can I get it off without wrecking it? Is everyone got everything crossed? I should have used my take your pick tool. I want you a bit higher. Just a wee bit. Oh, that's better. Nothing to see here. Actually, lots to see. Okay, so I don't want to put any dimensionals under that bit because that bit's going to sit on top of the other one. So I'm just going to put them. Put my fingers there so I don't do it. Put the 3 on this side. Okay. And I'm not even going to stick any glue on the other side. I normally would stick some glue on that, but I don't want to. All right. Now we have progress. Now the beauty about sticking the just a note on there is it's going to hide a multitude of sins because it's going to hide my, which way up do I want it? That needs to be flagged, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Oh, it's pretty. All right, I'm just thinking, do I want to flag it or do I not? There's always more paper, isn't there? Let's just do it. Oh, I think the treat bag might have come out. Off they go. That one. Oh, hello. Okay, and that one. Right. So, should have used a punch, but didn't think I was going to do that. Okay. Put a bit of adhesive underneath there. Can do because it's going to get covered up with that just a note. Because you'll notice, see how it goes all funny? Alright. And that's going to go on there. And I'm not going to put dimensionals in it because I've already got height on there. But I will butt it against there just because I can. Need to note, make it straight, she says. Okay, where did I put my pretties? Alright, here are my pretties. Okay. Because, you know, we always need some gemmy things. And I'm going to use the smallest ones because I don't think it needs big ones. Take your pick tool is over on the other table. So we won't be using it. And put 3 up here. And some down here. That's 4. Let's go with 5. 5 little jemmies. How pretty is that? That actually turned out. Oh, I quite like this one. What do you reckon? So we need an inside and we need an envelope. And then we're done. Now there is this tiny little cluster of flowers, but I haven't used them. I could put them all over the envelope. Actually, we could put them all over the back of the envelope. And I will do that. Okay. And they're all it's a pretty stamp that you can actually see all of the, it's got the shading built into the stamp. Oh, come on. How did I get that there? We can't have that nonsense. So, well, I guess I must have had some on the table. It's not on my fingers. Must have picked it up there. It usually dries heaps quicker than that. Let's put, I normally do them on the other side. Look, I've even got it here. Gosh, a bit of a mess today. How's that? I think Mr. Postman will like it. I'm going to send this one. Oop, now I've got dimensional in my ink pad. Alright, I need to do my inside. I was going to do my ink side exactly the same. Now, this is where Okay, I want that, so that flower goes up that way. So I'm going to put it here like that. Okay, so when you ink it straight up, you're going to get quite a dark flower. So I don't want the dark flower again, so I'm just going to soften it with my brush. I must have it on my fingers. I seem to be getting it everywhere. Okay. A bit more. Look how pretty is that image. Do a bit of rocking and rolling around the outer edge, just to make it a bit more defined. Look at that. Smicko. So what I'm going to stick where is my stamp set. Oh, here it is. Sending a card instead of a text, I think. Stuck in here. Let's see if I can get this straight. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm looking to see how straight it is on my rubber. And it's not too bad. So I do like the little bit of pumpkin pie peeking out from that one. It just gives it a little bit of different colour. Sending a card instead of a text. Okay. Hold my tongue right to make sure it's straight. Not bad. I can deal with that. Yeah. Okay. It's all happening here now. Alright, so we'll just pop that on the inside. No, it's not that. This one. If you could see the rest of my desk, you'd be mortified. Alright. And here we go.
Hi.
Hello, Maeve. She's come over to say hello. And then there we go. Okay, there is today's card. Our
Pretty.
It is pretty. Our Flowing Flowers stamp set, which is a retiring stamp set. If you want yours, you're going to have to get onto it quick smart, because once they're gone, they're gone. All right, and this one's retiring. It'll be gone at the end of the month, no matter what. But otherwise, it's been reduced. So the things that have a tendency to be reduced seem to go walking straight out the door. So get into the online shop. You'll see the links in the comments above. And yeah, hope to see you next week. Bye.